Hi everyone, Kieran Brown here and welcome to another video. Today we talk about how to start intermittent fasting and give you the exact step-by-step that I went through to go through this 10-week transformation where I lost 18 pounds, and I never tried anything like this before. I'd never really taken my nutrition seriously at all, and I basically ended up with this like skinny fat physique where I didn't have visible abs, but I didn't look big in a t-shirt, and I wanted to basically fix that. And I learned about intermittent fasting. I tried it, and straight away it worked. And I want to help you to do the same if you are in a similar situation to what I was. So, start off with the basics. Really, is I basically chose my wake up and sleep time, and if you're anything like me, it would fit around basically a work schedule. So allow for enough sleep. One little thing which I found out from a year of having a Whoop band is that if I fell asleep at midnight and woke up at say 8, I would previously think that was 8 hours of sleep, but turns out throughout the night you actually wake up like multiple times, even if you don't remember it. And that usually came to around about 45 minutes to an hour each night. I'd want, from the time of me falling asleep to waking up, I'd want at least 8 or 9 hours. Second, choosing the length of fast. Honestly, I didn't really look into this too much like myself. The most common one is the 16-8 fast, which means you fast for 16 hours each day and then have an 8 hour feeding window. There are some other options like 12-hour fast, 14-hour fast, 18-hour fast, 20. In my opinion, the longer, the more difficult, but I just went with the 16-8. If you're a beginner and you think you'd struggle with a 16-8, just start with the 12 and 12 and just work your way up. And then from here, I basically pick my feeding window. So this is like the 8 hour window from the 16-8 fast. And I was waking up at 7 a.m. So I basically added 4 hours to that. And that was 11 a.m., which is when I could start eating. And basically, I took 4 hours off my bedtime. So that was 7 p.m. And that means I have an 8 hour feeding window from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And at the start, to basically remind me, I would set 2 alarms on my phone, one for 11 and one for 7. Eventually, I didn't need this. I just kind of remember to do it. But if you might forget, then this is a good little tip. And then also buying these two things made it way, way easier. If you're used to having breakfast and then suddenly, overnight you just gone from not having it to then sort of not eating anything for the first 4 hours a day, there might be a slight adjustment period. And the main problems you might face is getting hungry and having low energy. And that's what these two items were for. So I bought sparkling water. I'd have this with me like at work, and I'd make sure to have at least 750 ml, particularly sparkling, because I personally found it more satiating than still water, but you can have still water if you prefer. A lot of people don't like sparkling water. And then I'd also have Pro Plus tablets, which have caffeine in them. Each tablet has around 50 milligrams of caffeine, and this is for energy. And it also blunts hunger really well. I had anywhere from like probably 100 to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day. And I'd make sure that I had it 90 minutes after waking up, but no later than like 12 in case it affected sleep. And these two things like made it super easy to get through that first fast and get to 11 a.m. So we've fasted now for 4 hours. How would I break the fast? So I had a few criteria to make it as easy as possible. And that was something which was like simple to make. Not much of a foodie or enjoy cooking too much. So something that's simple is going to benefit me. Enjoyable to eat, like tasty, so you look forward to it. At least 30 grams of protein, and also kept me full until my second meal of the day. So if I was at home, I'd usually have like a an omelette, cheesy omelette. Can put some like ham or bacon or something in there as well, and vegetables if you like. Or the picture on the right there is what I had sort of like at work. I'll bring this with me. It's literally no prep at all. It's just skyr yogurt, a protein bar, protein powder, and some fruit. And all of that was 65 grams of protein and pretty low calories. And that usually kept me going for most of the day until I got home and had like a big meal. And just like an advanced tip, which I've found like through experimenting myself, is to try not to have sugar or carbs until dinner. And this is kind of like sort of mentally as well. I find if I have a lot of carbs during the day, I get quite bad brain fog, and like my energy really dips like in the afternoon, which is a problem because I always trained like after work, and quite often I'd get to the gym and feel like I really don't feel like hitting the session. So obviously in this picture before, like I was having like fruit and carbs. This was sort of like a later realization, and I mean I'm on the carnivore diet now, so I don't have sugar or carbs anyway. But so a lot of people who are not on that diet still find that having the carbs like later in the day for like dinner definitely helps with these things as well. So in summary, you want to basically choose your wake up and sleep time. Ideally, it's the same like every day, even on weekends. I then chose the length of my fast, and I went for the 16-8. But if you're just starting out, you could do like a 12-12, for example, and work your way up. Choose the feeding window, so 4 hours after you get up and 4 hours before you go to bed. Set alarms if you might need reminding, and buy sparkling water or water if you prefer. And caffeine pills or black coffee is fine. Ideally not with like milk, because that will cause an insulin spike, and basically you won't be in a metabolic fast. But if you're just doing it for the calorie restriction, then that's fine, and that will also help to blunt your hunger and make getting through that first 4 hours of the day super easy. So if you want some one-to-one coaching to help you with your body transformation in 2025, click the first link in the description. It will go to a page where you can book a call and we can have a chat with each other. Apart from that, that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.